Hi friends! I hope you had a really nice Christmas or like holiday season and are enjoying New Year's. I have been so incredibly busy. I actually haven't been reading all that much. I've been playing a lot of the Story of Seasons, the new Bazaar one. It's been so long since I've played and it just sucked me right in. It's so much fun. So I've been doing that whenever I had a free moment, and I haven't had all that many free moments, but I am slowly starting to get back into the swing of things, so hopefully I will be able to start posting more videos. It will be a minute before I start posting my regular schedule, but hopefully I'll be able to ramp things up. But in this video, I want to talk about all of my top reads of 2025 and what I got for Christmas, like book-wise. So, first thing I got for Christmas, I got these two little bookmarks. I collect bookmarks and I just think they're cute. They're pretty, like they're the tiniest bit bendy, but they're really sturdy, and they're just very nice. I really like them. This one is a Jane Austen. I've never read a Jane Austen book though. And this one is a Japanese garden print. And I just really like them. Most of my bookmarks are like character based, like for example, like this Hanako-kun one, just because most of them I get with like special editions of books and stuff. So it's very nice to get like a different kind. I think they're pretty. I really like them. And then I also got a light novel, which is If the Villainess and Villain Met and Fell in Love. I read the first, I think, 2 volumes of the manga through the library, and I really liked it. And I always have a problem where if I've already read something through the library, does it really make sense to add it to my collection? Because I don't have a lot of room. I know you can kind of see gaps in my English collection, but that's just because I took books out for this video, okay? There are no gaps in my collection right now. So I didn't know if I should add them to my collection or not. So I asked for the light novel because this is the same story, just in a different format. So I'll be able to enjoy this, and I'm I'm looking forward to reading this. I am currently reading a different light novel, so it'll be a little bit before I get to it, but I'm still really looking forward to it. Now let's look at my tops. It did take me a while to decide on my Japanese top reads of the year. My English, it took me like 30 seconds, and that's just because I read a lot more in Japanese than English. But, okay, here are my criteria, because I had to come up with criteria for this. For both my English and my Japanese tops of the year, I tried mainly to include series that I started this year, because there are a lot of series that I've started in previous years that I'm enjoying just as much this year. Looking at Colette right there, it's my favorite. She's always my favorite, but she's been my favorite for so long. I don't feel like it's fair to include it at the top of my list every year. I kind of want a list that shows like the new things I've come to love in that year, if that makes sense. I'm also only doing my physical reads, so everything I read digitally on my Kindle does not count, and everything I borrowed from the library does not count. So I'm not including, like I did read a lot of good series through the library and on my Kindle. No counting. Okay, now that that's out of the way. My English reads. So all of these are English books. Obviously they have English. They can be read in English. My top read of the year, so like my all-time best read of the year in English is MADK. And I was really struggling whether to put this at the top or the second, because I really did like my number 2 of the year as well. But the reason I put MADK at the top is because this is only 3 volumes, but it's the most complete story that I've ever read. And like after I read all 3 volumes, I was left with absolutely no questions. I was so satisfied with the ending, and that never happens to me. Whenever I read a series that's like 3 to 4 volumes, I'm always finding something to complain about because it feels like lackluster. I feel like something is missing. That didn't happen with MADK. And I also found the art to be beautiful. The story was really enticing. I really liked everything about it. Just the fact that it felt so like final and complete made me really love it, and I had to put it at my top, because everything else that I've read, yeah, I haven't finished them. So like that's the main reason I put this at the top, because I know I love the entirety of this series. It is so good, and I have absolutely no complaints. I was very, very happy with this one. The rest of them, what if the series go in a direction that I don't like? I don't know. This one, I know I liked it. This was fantastic. So this is my number 1. And if you're curious, I think I did a video on this one, but this is a like very, very horror. Like this is like deep horror. If you don't like horror, I don't recommend this one. This is a horror series about a boy who makes a contract with a demon and then is brought into the demon world where he has to become a demon, and he wants to overthrow the original demon that he made a contract with. This is a BL series as well, and this does go places. This goes every place you could imagine. But if you like horror, this is so good. The storytelling is phenomenal. Again, the art is beautiful. MADK is just, it's fantastic. Okay, my number 2 of the year is Hat Atelier. I will say I did begin reading it in Japanese, but I read the first 3 volumes in English, so that totally counts because I read this in English. Just I'm reading 4, 5, and 6 in Japanese. This one, I really love. It's pretty unique. I really do love a good dark fantasy series. I don't have all that much to say about it, rather than it's unique and I really liked it. I really like Koko as our main character, but I also like Kifri. I found him to kind of be the star of the show, at least for me, for now. Okay, I'm only 3 volumes in, so like, no spoilers, please. But I found him to be the most, like, not multi-faced, but he's so unique in that, I keep saying unique, but he's so well written in that depending on which character he's interacting with, he feels like a whole different person. And I just think that the writing for him is like out of this world. I'm really, really enjoying it. I can't wait to learn more about him and all the secrets in this world. But again, I'm still really liking Koko because she's cute and I like a good female protagonist. And I'm really excited to continue reading. I have so much to catch up on. Okay, my number 3 read of the year was the first 2 volumes, technically, of Mushishi. I love this. I love all of these series. They're my top series. But Mushishi, the reason that I like it so much is because it's a fantasy series, but it feels like real. Like this feels like something that could actually absolutely happen. Every chapter just about tells a new story, but we have our main character Ginko in each story. So like we're following him along his travels, and each chapter is like a different stop in his travels, if that makes sense. So sometimes we will see characters coming back, but more often than not, we don't. It's just him going along his journey. And he is what's called a Mushishi, so he helps get rid of these like otherworldly kind of beings called mushi that kind of like ail humans sometimes. It's a little bit complicated. And we see him, sometimes he can help others, but sometimes he can't. It just feels realistic. Sometimes he's just watching things go by. Sometimes he's just kind of a companion for people going through a hard time. And it's the chillest story. And I really enjoyed it. As this is heavily inspired by Japanese mythology, which is probably one of the reasons I really like it. And I am interested in reading this in Japanese if I can. But I love the English, like hardcover. This is my second ever hardcover of a manga. My first is Gyo, but it's so nice. I'm enjoying it so much. The art is also very pretty. I didn't expect to like Ginko as a main character as much as I did, but I really like him. Okay, my number 4 read of the year is Kamisama Kiss. And I know this is an old one, but I've never read Kamisama Kiss before. I know. I watched all of the anime, so I know where the story goes, but I watched the anime so long ago that it's kind of hazy. My first read now of this story gives me like a kind of fresh perspective on it. I will say I do like the manga more than the anime so far. That's just typically how it goes for me. I'm a manga girl, I know. But I have really been enjoying this one. Specifically, I like Tomoe a lot more in the manga versus the anime. I find him just to be a bit more like haughty and snooty and just a little bit more over the top in the manga. I just feel he works better on paper. But again, I prefer reading, so. But yeah, this is like a classic. If you haven't read this, you absolutely need to. About a high school girl who one day after she gets kicked out of her house is gifted the deed to a shrine. And when she goes to the shrine, she just so happens to become the god of the shrine, and then a lot happens. That's like the most broad explanation ever. But it is it's a romantasy, but it's very slow burn. So like in volume 1, no romance. We're just learning more about our girl Nanami. Yeah, Nanami. And it's really nice and I like it. My last of the top 5 in English is Fruits Basket. This is another one. I didn't even watch all of the anime. The story did get spoiled for me with season 2 of the anime on TikTok, but that's okay. It's a really old series, so like I can't complain that it was spoiled for me, but I've only seen season 1 and I've never read the manga. So it's new for me. I will say I know who she ends up with, and I don't agree. So I'm hoping that through reading the manga, I will understand why. Like I know typically most people like who she ends up with, who Toru ends up with. I'm hoping I can join the bandwagon because right now I am not. I am vehemently against who she ends up with, but we'll see how that goes. And it's a nostalgic series. I've been meaning to read it forever, and I've finally got my hands on it. This is when I got gifted to me, and I'm very happy with it. I'm excited to read on. I did read the first 2 volumes. Can you see? Yeah, I read the first 2. I ordered the 3rd one because I need to read on. And this one did get a new box set, I think, this year, but it was like $300. There's I don't have $300. So those are my top 5 English reads of the year in order. So that was really easy for me to do. Okay. My Japanese will not be in any order because this was really hard for me to do. So these are my top 10 Japanese. Again, this is really hard for me. And they will not be in any order, so they're all my top reads of the year because I could never say I like one more than the other. Well, like there's a few that I prefer over others, but like overall, I liked them all a lot. And I feel like it's not fair to say like this is better than that. I have no problem doing that with my English books for some reason, but I can't do it to my Japanese books. So, okay. And again, all of these series are series that I started this year or that I got into this year. So like if I read a sample or like the first chapter a year or 2 ago, doesn't count. So again, Colette, my whole Colette shrine, she's my top 1, always in my heart, but not on this list. Okay. And Japanese, so a lot of them will not have an English release yet, unfortunately. Starting off very strong, all of them are strong, with Sekai de Ichiban Warui Majo. I love this so much. I love them all so much. This is a romantasy series about a girl who wants to be the worst witch in the world, but she has a secret, okay? She's stealing her identity. That's like a secret revealed in the first chapter, okay? So it's not a spoiler. But, so yeah, she wants to be known as the worst witch in the world, but actually, she's powerful. She's not the person she's pretending to be. She's not the actual, like, big bad witch that she wants people to think she is. We follow her adventures with this guy who is a scholar as they're trying to get to a library. I like scholarly things. I'm a big nerd and I like magic. So I really, really like this series. This series has 7 volumes total. I've read the first 3 or 4 and I'm obsessed with it. And I'm really taking my time with this one because I like it so much and I don't want it to be over. I did hear a couple complaints about the art style being a little bit difficult to follow. But personally, I think the art style is one of the selling features of this series. I really, really love this author's art style, and I've really been enjoying it. And look at the cute little guy at the back. There's cute animals in this one. How can you not like this? So this is really good. Next one. This one will be getting in English, and it's Ore to Mouichido Hatsukoi. This one is a 5-volume series. I've read the first 3 volumes, and it is a love harem memory loss kind of series. So we have our female lead here who is maybe dating, we don't know, 4 different boys, and she announces she knows who she wants to get married to, gets hit by a car. Oh no, who did I actually want to get married to? So she has to kind of live with all the boys, realize her feelings, who's lying to me, who's telling me the truth, who do I actually love? And it's just a big mystery series. Volume 3 went crazy. I'm not going to spoil anything, but this is such a good series. It's really, really fun. I like a good memory loss. I'm a sucker for a good trope. I don't know why, but I really, really like it. Typically in these kinds of like, sorry, it's not love triangle. I don't know if I said that. It's a reverse harem series. But typically in reverse harem series, here's all the boys. There's typically like 2 boys in the back, 2 boys in the front. This one, in my opinion, there's 3 strong contenders for potential. 2 of them are a little bit stronger, but one of them is still in the running, I will say. And one of them is definitely not, I'm sorry. But I do really like all of the male lead candidates for that, and because they're all really fleshed out. Again, usually the 2 front runners are typically a lot more fleshed out than the 2 that are like definitely not gonna win in the end, because why would they be fleshed out? Because you already know they're not gonna win. This one takes its time explaining everybody to you, and I just really like that. I like learning about everybody, and I'm having fun with it. That's gonna be published by Kodansha in the spring, I think. Next one already has in English. This one in Japanese is Kamisama Gakko no Uchikobore. In English, because it has in English, it's The Failure at God School. This one I will say, it's being published like ridiculously slow in English. I don't know why. Japanese has like 12 volumes out right now, I think. I read the first 4 or 5, I think, and I'm enjoying it so much. This one, after I finished Kamisama Kiss, the anime, okay, there was a hole in my heart. This filled that. Now I'm reading both of them at the same time, but if you like Kamisama Kiss, I think you'll like this one. This one tells the story of Nagi, who is invited to go to God school to learn how to be a god, basically. And in this series, it's just really fun. It's an adventure mystery series. There is a big mystery at the heart of everything that's happening. So we see Nagi make a whole bunch of friends. There's a really big, really good, I would say, cast in this series. And we just watch them all interact with each other and grow. I do have my favorites. I like both of these 2 on the cover, but I really like, can you see him? The blonde-haired guy right there. I like him. He's a little bit holier than thou, a little bit. I like that in a character. And I typically just like white-haired characters in anime and manga for some reason. But this one is a really good one. If you like, it will be romantasy, I think. But again, like Kamisama Kiss, I'm pretty sure it'll be a slow burn, because as of volume 4 or 5, no romance at all. Another one that does have an English and is ending soon, and I know everybody likes it, and please don't spoil it for me because I'm not caught up yet, is Firefly Wedding, or Hotaru no Yomeiri. Okay, I'm not caught up. Okay, I've been sick for like 2 months, and I haven't been able to read anywhere near as much as I want, especially in Japanese, so I'm not caught up with anything yet, okay? But, so please don't spoil it. But Firefly Wedding is so good. This one is a historical romance about a girl who is the daughter of a wealthy aristocratic family who has a heart condition. All she wants to do is to repay her father's kindness and get married. But a lot happens. She ends up with this crazy weirdo, and they end up in kind of like a contract engagement, where he has to protect her, and if he does, they'll get married in the end. That's like, because I don't want to spoil it for you, okay? Don't spoil it for me, I won't spoil it for you. But that's like the most like generalized explanation of it. It's very good. He is legitimately, he's insane, and I love him so much. And she's a really, really strong female lead, which I love so much. Like, especially recently, I don't know why. I need a strong female lead. And she's that. And she's perfect. And it's really, really good. And I just got volume 7. I'm almost caught up just because it's ending. I've been staying the heck off Twitter just because they ruined the light novel that I was reading in Japanese for me. I'm not ready to talk about it yet. I will not let anybody spoil this for me. So I am really enjoying this one. Next one, can't show all of it, is a horror series. This one does not have an English. It is called Kireina Kimi ni Korosaretai. This one is, as you can probably tell, this is a horror series. There are only 2 volumes out. This is on hiatus right now. Unfortunately, one of the authors did post about that. I'm hoping they're okay. I don't really know why it's on hiatus, but fingers crossed that they're both healthy at least. It's so good. This one is, in my opinion, okay, in my humble opinion, it's BL. Some people don't think so because it is very horror, and the BL is not, like, it's not romance at all. But one of the male characters is very attracted to the other male character, which, in my opinion, those feelings make it BL. But again, it doesn't really matter in the end. But more than anything, it's a supernatural horror series where we have this crazy guy who is not human. That is revealed pretty early. He is, like, not human, or he's human, but, like, something's up with him. And our male lead, because he's not the male lead, have a confusing relationship. And he kind of uses the fact that the other guy is so attracted to him as a way to manipulate him. So together, the 2 of them work at I don't know if it's a career college or just like a normal college in Japan, where they're working as guidance counselors, where he gets to feed on the souls of beautiful women. How fun is that? So he is like, something's up with him. Maybe he's possessed, we don't know. And the other guy is so attracted to him that he's kind of just manipulated into going with it. And that's not big spoilers because that's just what it's about. A lot more does happen. It's a wild series, and it's so good. It threw me off the first volume. It was intense, and I want to read volume 3, but I couldn't wait. I'm a patient person. Next one is called Adabana. This one does have an English, and this one's really good. This one is complete at 3 volumes, but I do think there's a spin-off or something. I don't know. I haven't fully completed the series yet, so I'm not fully sure, just because I don't like spoiling myself. And oftentimes when I look up details to give like a complete analysis or whatever, I get spoiled. So that's why sometimes I'm like, I don't know, because I don't want to look it up because I don't want to get spoiled. I'm enjoying the series. But Adabana is a crime mystery series told in not chronological order. Like, it's told, like, we go to the past, present. What's that called? I don't know. But this is really good. It talks about a young teenager and her best friend. Her best friend wound up chopped up into little pieces. And it tells the story of kind of what happened to her. We really don't know much of anything with volume 1, but we're learning the story basically of the female lead kind of telling us what happened. But as she's telling us what happened, she skips over like good amounts of details. Like, she'll talk for like 10 years about what she had for breakfast, and then I went to school, and then the next day, but it's like, what did you do after school? What did you do at school? Like, why were you talking so much about your breakfast? And then you just skipped over the rest of the day. So, like, we're learning she's being a little bit deceitful, and I like it. I like a good mystery series. Typically, I'm not all that much into crime. Like, I like series like Criminal Minds because it shows more of the criminal than the minds. But I like scary stuff, that's why. But this one doesn't show all that much of the detectives trying to figure out the story. It's more about her and what happened in the past, which I liked. If it were to focus more on the detectives, I actually don't think I would have liked it all that much. Just I don't really care for following detectives all that much. But this one is very good. Next one is Toilet Bound Hanako-kun. Obviously this one has an English, and obviously it has an anime. This one's a really popular one. It is on hiatus right now, so I am reading it slowly. I'm also reading it slowly because it's really hard to get my hands on the Japanese titles. I don't know why, but it is. So I've read the first 4 volumes. I recently got volume 5, but again, I've been sick. I'm slow. It's so good. This one is like a cute spooky. So like, I like cute things and I like spooky things, and you put them together and it's just fantastic for me, at least. About, I think it's a middle school. Different like supernatural happenings at a middle school, and we have like the 7 mysteries at the school, and we have one of the mysteries who works to kind of keep the peace at school. We follow him and his like I don't know how to describe their relationship, but our female lead, Nene, as they kind of work together to solve different mysteries. And it's so good. It's so endearing. I highly recommend this to everybody because it's like, pick a form. You want an anime, you want a manga, you want English, you want Japanese. It comes in everything and it's just really good. And it's really long. I think there's like 21 volumes plus volume 0, so like 22-ish, I think. It's very, very long. I don't know what happens because like so much has happened in the first 4 volumes. Like so much has happened. I don't know where it's gonna go from here, but I like that. I really like series where I can't guess what's gonna happen because it makes me really want to read on. I'm not that into reading like fan theories yet, but I think when I get to the end, if it's still on hiatus, I might start looking at fan theories and stuff because I'm gonna be sad when it's on pause for me. Okay, next one. Volume 1 of Shiokaze to Ryuu no Sumika. This one does not have an English yet. Fingers crossed, this is so good. This one only has 2 volumes out so far. Volume 3 is coming out like really soon, I think. Like really soon, I think. I'll have to check. I think March or February? I don't know. I remember looking it up and it was coming out soon. I'll have to check. But this one is a beautiful, such a good series about a girl, you can see her on the back there, who after her dad passes, she has to move to live with her uncle in a coastal town. And in that coastal town, there just so happens to be dragon people, like our boy here. Oh, what's his name? It's been a minute since I've read it. It's in kanji and I can't read it. I think it's Tenshin. It is Tenshin. Okay, that took me a long time to find. Okay, so yeah, our boy Tenshin is a dragon person. And in this like coastal town, the dragon people are kind of worshipped by the townspeople. So we get to learn more about the struggles that come with being literally not human, but also being treated as not human. And we watch as our girl here kind of befriends all of the dragon people slowly but surely. And it's really fresh. Like I have no other series like this one. It is so good. It is so good. Everything. I'm saying everything is good because everything is good. But yeah, this one's a really fresh series. I don't know if it's shoujo or not. Again, it doesn't really matter. It's an HC special. It reads like a shoujo, in my opinion. Even if you don't like shoujo though, I think you should read it because it's really good. Okay, 2 more. Next one is this one called Gin no Mugibatake, or the Silver Wheat Field. This one is complete at 3 volumes. I've only read the first 2 and I'm really scared to read the 3rd one because I don't know if I'm gonna like how it ends, but I loved the first 2 volumes so much that I did end up putting it on this list. I know a little while ago I was talking about if I don't like how it ends, do I actually really like the series? But I haven't ended it yet and I really, really like the first 2 volumes, so it's being included. This is a series about witches growing wheat with their magic. And it's just really interesting. There is a strife between what's called a gold witch and a silver witch. While silver witches are more powerful, they're more feared and were kind of hunted down. While the gold witches are less powerful, but they are beloved for, it's very, very complicated. And I don't want to spoil the series. But we follow our female lead here, Mei, as she willingly ingests silver wheat given to her by Belle here, turning her into a silver witch. And she does this in order to save like quite a few people. And we learn about all of the consequences that come with like voluntarily becoming a silver witch. And it's really interesting. This is another one where I really love the art. And I just think it's interesting because there's no romance. I don't know if they're going to have a romantic relationship. In the first 2 volumes, they don't. I think it's going to be like just a really deep friendship bond story. I kind of hope it is like that because I really like them like that. I like them together, but like as friends, because Mei here doesn't really have anybody she can rely on all that much. So I'm hoping that Belle is that person for her. And he has been so far, kind of, but I hope it goes like that. And I like the character designs. I think they're all really pretty. Last one. Okay, are you ready? This one is Eden of Witches, or Majo no Eden. This one does have an English, and like, if I can just recommend this really quickly, If you like Witch Hat Atelier, I think you'll like Eden of Witches. Both of them are dark fantasy series following a young female protagonist in a world that's not all that kind to them. So that's their similarities, but that's kind of where their similarities end. In Eden of Witches, this follows young Piri, a witch who is able to interact with nature. In this world, because humans have been so abysmal towards nature, Mother Nature has taken all of the access to nature away from humans. The only human-like creature who can access nature are witches. Humans, now living in desert wastelands basically, see witches as a creature that steals nature, not something that has been gifted nature because they've been kind to nature. And so in this world, witches are being hunted down and burned at the stake, literally, for being able to interact with nature. It's pretty awful. So we follow Piri as she needs to get to the Eden of Witches, like the title suggests, in order to find a safe haven for herself. And it's really interesting. It is pretty dark. I think the villain character specifically has the most comically villainous character design I've seen in a minute, and I really do like that. But I think the best character is the wolf. You can kind of see him right there. And you can see him on the cover too. The wolf character. It's like a wolf plant creature. I think it's so interesting. I think it's so unique. And it's very, very good. I've only read the first volume, but I loved it so much. I recently got my hands on volume 2. I have to read it. And this is one I want to continue reading in Japanese, which is why it's been taking me a while. I could have read all of it in English by now. I think there's 5 or 6 volumes out, at least in English. It is a slightly older series, but I've only just started reading it. And that's all of my top series. I finished filming, and as I was putting everything away, I came across a couple books that I felt really bad that I didn't include on the list. So here are my 5, they're Japanese series. I like all my books so much. My 5 Japanese series that didn't quite make my top 10 list, but I love them all the same, okay? If I made it a top 15 list, they all would have been on it because I really, really like them. And these are all, again, series that I read this year. Super quick. Again, in no particular order. We have this one, which is Sono Kao de Aisanaide, or Don't Love Me with That Face. This is a loss series about a girl who was dating the young heir of a house. She was the maid, he was the young heir, until he proposed to her and then tragically passed away in an accident. The very next day, basically. His surprise identical twin brother comes along and tries to take his place in both the house and her heart. And it's a pretty twisted romance, but I'm really enjoying it. I like a good toxic romance, and this is uniquely toxic, and I'm really enjoying this one. And I feel bad that I didn't include this one on the list. I feel bad about all of them. We also have this one, which I really, really recently read, and I actually put off reading it for a little while, and I loved it so much. So Volume 2 is already out, and I'm new to this one, so I have to get my hands on Volume 2. But this is Ookami Shounen Magami-kun. This tells the story, as you can see with those cute little wolf ears, about a boy named Magami-shion who turns into a wolf. He's a werewolf, so is all of his family. And this series talks basically just about his life trying to hide the fact that he's a werewolf. And he becomes fast friends with our female protagonist. This one does have a female protagonist who she sees herself as somebody who lives in the shadows. All of her classmates kind of ignore her. I don't know if it's consciously or unconsciously, but either way, herself, it doesn't enter the eyes of people. It's kind of strange. Except for him, he sees her, or rather he smells her, and it talks about their relationship and his troubles hiding the fact that he is indeed a werewolf. And it's a really nice story. I specifically like it because of their relationship. If they were to just stay friends, this is the kind of series that I'd be fine with no romance, because I really do like their growing friendship. I feel so bad about my books. This one is one. I'm so surprised I forgot to include it. This is Oshiete Shitsuji-kun. This one, if you've been following me on Instagram, I had the worst time ever trying to get the physical in my collection. I struggled so much because it was sold out everywhere for so long, because I guess it had a really, really good launch, which I'm so excited about, but I was really upset about because I couldn't get my hands on it at the time. This one I love. It is a dessert series. Obviously, I'm gonna love it. This one is it tells the romance of a rich, like a stupid rich, only daughter and her butler. She is like madly in love with him, but we don't really know how he feels about her. He always makes his feelings really ambiguous, and she always tries to push her feelings onto him. And you might be thinking that's like a power dynamic that's not good, but it's very funny. And like when you're reading it, you don't feel like there's a big power imbalance, just I guess because of their ages and their relationship. I really liked this so much. It's really, really funny. There's only one volume out so far, so hopefully volume 2 comes out soon, because I really do want to continue. This one does end on a bit of a cliffhanger, but I still really liked it. We also have, this one, the only reason I left it off is because I thought it came out last year, but it didn't. It came out like mid-year. Just 2 volumes came out this year, which is, I feel like a lot, but this is Tokoton Kuzuna Watarase nanoni. This one is a very good one. It's a Betsufure one, which again, I like my Betsufure series. This one tells the story of this guy his name is Watarase, who is a like really, really famous comedian. We follow our female lead, Nonoka, who is the younger sister to his comedic partner, as she moves from northern Hokkaido to their shared, I think it's an apartment. And it talks about the romance that eventually, very slowly, blooms between the two of them. This one's very funny. Watarase is the best male lead. I really, really like him. And again, I only didn't include it because I thought it came out last year. Sorry. I feel so bad. And then last one is one I've really been enjoying. I actually bought the next like 4 volumes all at once because I was so upset I couldn't read on. That's how much I like it. Why didn't I include it? Is Konyakusha wa Dekiai no Furi, or like what would the English be? My fiance pretends to be madly in love is kind of what the English would be. This one is so good. All of them are so good. But this one tells the story of our female lead here, who is from an aristocratic family, but they're very poor. So she chooses herself. She needs to find a rich husband to help get her family back afloat. Her parents don't think she needs to, but she wants to help her parents. She proposes basically to every man in the vicinity. They all say no because she's kind of a gold digger, until she comes across this like ridiculously handsome man who goes, sure. And then they get engaged. And she's like, what do you mean, sure? Because she's really bad at romance. She's good at everything else, really bad at romance. So she tries very poorly to seduce him. And he's like, yeah, okay, let's go for it. So she's like, what? And it turns out he also needed a fiance for his own reasons. His reasons are still a little bit mysterious, while hers are very out in the open. And he's very good at pretending to be madly in love with her, and she's very bad. Like, she gets really flustered, and it's really cute. And we don't know about her feelings, but his feelings are quickly made like, oh, like, does he actually like her? Like, oh. And it's just, I like it a lot. And those are my 5 that didn't make the list. I guess it's my top 15 Japanese series because I like everything I read, basically. And I feel really bad when I leave a series that I like off of a list. I'm so bad at listing things. Yeah.